If people keep telling you to be more positive, while you quietly run through everything that could go wrong before it does, I want you to consider this. You're not a pessimist. You're bracing, and that careful, worst-case mind of yours was built a long time ago to keep you safe. We treat pessimism like a moral failing. Lighten up, we tell people. Think positive, stop being so negative, as if expecting the worst were just a bad attitude someone could choose to drop. But for a lot of people, the habit of imagining the worst isn't laziness or gloom. It's a strategy. It's a way of getting out ahead of disappointment, of never being caught off guard, of softening a blow by seeing it coming. And once you understand that, the whole thing changes. The person bracing for the worst isn't trying to be miserable, they're trying not to get hurt. Think of it like a hand permanently raised to shield your face. Imagine someone who, years ago, kept getting struck without warning. After enough of that, the arm learns to come up on its own. It rises before any blow, at every loud noise, every sudden movement, just in case. And here's the thing, that raised arm did its job. It absorbed hits. It protected something soft behind it. But years later, long after the danger has passed, the arm is still up. It flinches at things that were never going to hurt you. It's so busy guarding against the blow that it can't reach out, can't hold anything, can't receive what's actually being offered. The shield that once saved you is now the thing standing between you and your own life. That's what bracing for the worst becomes. Somewhere back there, hope got punished. You let yourself want something. You let yourself believe, and then it fell through, and the fall was worse, precisely because you'd let yourself hope. So a part of you decided, quietly, never again. From then on, you'd expect the worst, so that nothing could ever blindside you that way again. It's not pessimism. It's a raised arm that forgot how to come down. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call him Tom. Tom was the person who, the moment anything good happened, immediately started listing what could ruin it. New relationship? He's already imagining the breakup. Job offer? He's already rehearsing the layoff. His friends found it exhausting and called him a downer. What none of them knew was that Tom had grown up in a house where good news was never safe, where the ground could shift without warning, where the only people who got hurt were the ones who let themselves relax. So Tom never relaxed. He stayed braced, always, and he told himself it was just being realistic. What changed for Tom wasn't that he forced himself to think positive. That never worked. It just felt like lying. What changed was the day he saw the bracing for what it was. An old protection, not a truth about the world. He started asking himself a single question whenever the worst-case spiral kicked in. Is this danger, or is this the old arm coming up? And just naming it loosened its grip. He didn't become a naive optimist. He stayed thoughtful, stayed prepared, but he learned to let the arm come down sometimes, to let himself want things again, knowing the wanting might cost him. And slowly, life stopped feeling like something he had to defend against and started feeling like something he could actually be in. There's real science under this, by the way. Psychologists have studied a strategy they call defensive pessimism, where people deliberately set low expectations and mentally rehearse everything that could go wrong. And the research found something surprising. For people who are anxious, this isn't dysfunction at all, it actually works. By imagining the worst in detail, they convert formless dread into specific problems they can plan around, which lowers their anxiety enough to perform well. The catch the studies also reveal is the cost. The constant bracing is exhausting. It strains relationships, and it quietly steals the joy out of good moments. So the worst-case mind isn't broken. It's a tool that genuinely protects you while also slowly wearing you down. The work isn't to throw it away, it's to learn when to set it down. So if the world keeps calling you negative, here are 3 things I want you to understand about your careful, bracing mind. First, your pessimism is not a flaw in your wiring. It's a guard you posted for a reason. Somewhere in your story, expecting the worst kept you from being crushed by it. Treat that part of you with respect, not contempt. You don't fire a loyal guard who once saved your life. You just gently let it know the war is over. Second, the goal was never blind optimism, and you can stop pretending it is. Forcing a smile over real dread doesn't fool the nervous system, it just adds shame on top of the fear. The healthier move isn't to flip from worst case to best case. It's to aim for the honest middle, the realistic hope that says, this might go wrong, and I'd survive it, and it might also go beautifully right. Third, the way you soften the bracing is by proving to yourself, slowly, that you can survive being wrong. Let yourself hope for one small thing. If it falls through, notice that you're still standing. The arm came up because it didn't believe you could take a hit. Every time you take one and recover, you teach it something new. that you're not that fragile child anymore, that you can let the shield down and still be okay. So stop apologizing for the mind that always sees the cliff edge. You were never simply negative. You were a person who once got hurt by hoping and built a careful, vigilant self to make sure it never happened again. That self deserves gratitude, not shame. And it deserves, finally, to rest. The psychologist William James once said that the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Not to banish the worst-case thought, you can't, but to notice it, thank it, and choose, in that moment, whether the arm really needs to be up. You don't have to become a different person. You just have to learn, a little at a time, that you're safe enough now to lower your guard. You were never a pessimist. You were just protecting something soft and worth protecting. So keep the wisdom of the watchful mind and let the rest of you, at long last, come out from behind the shield.